What is going on, fellas? It's your boy. It's tech and gaming review time. So, let's get started, shall we? It's tech and gaming review time for you guys. Alright, so we have to discuss some things that is rumored right now. Now, keep this in mind that none of this has actually been confirmed or true or anything just yet. So take this with a grain of salt. Just a tiny grain of salt. But the way the things are looking like, especially with Xbox, it truthfully, it looks like Xbox is going to be going third party, meaning all of their games like Halo and Starfield, Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport, and the list goes on and on. All of these games might be coming to other platforms, meaning PlayStation and the Nintendo platforms. Now, there's been so many rumors, I can't even describe it to you guys. But on my Facebook, I literally see nothing but this game franchise, whether it be Forza, Gears of War, Halo, Starfield, you name it, is going to be coming possibly reportedly to PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch / Nintendo Switch 2. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to not like this video and that's not going to agree with me on some aspects. But I personally what do I think about Xbox possibly doing what is rumored to be happening? Now, like I mentioned, this has not been official yet, so just take it with a tiny grain of salt, like I stated. But what are my thoughts with Xbox actually going third party with all of their games and just overall third party altogether? Well, there's actually positive things and there's actually some negative things. Now, this to me, I'm not completely against it or completely for it, but it is a 50-50 in my book. I am mixed on this. So some people that watch this video are going to like it and some people are not going to like this video. So whatever happens, I mean, you can just go in the comment section and just say all the horrible things that you guys want, because honestly, I just know that there's going to be some people that are not going to like some of what I have to say about this whole Xbox going third party stuff. But what I think, I'll start with the negative, positive thing of it. I'll just start with why I think that it's not good for the brand and for the company and for Xbox altogether. One is just going to make Xbox not a appealing platform anymore, because now people are just going to be what's the point of even buying an Xbox? If PlayStation is going to have games for the PlayStation and PC platforms at least for PlayStation only for console, what's even the point of even buying an Xbox if games are just going to be on there? Microsoft is pretty much just giving Sony and Nintendo the profits and the sales while leaving Xbox dry in the ground. So I do see this part, and it does kind of a little bit upset me a little bit, and I do think it's a wrong move when it comes to that aspect of Xbox going third party. it's just going to kill the Xbox brand altogether. But they still, as far as I know, they're still going to make Xbox consoles. So Xbox itself, just like the console itself, I can almost guarantee you that that is not going anywhere at all. It's just going to be like a PC like Steam, where all the games are on there digitally, like, and it's just going to be like basically PC in a console where you got all of everything to choose from. But now here's where I'm going to have to give some results that people are not going to like. But here is where it could be a good thing, though. So if you remember all of the layoffs that have been happening over the last several months, wherein you got Microsoft that did, however, lay off 1,900 people. Then you got Naughty Dog, a PlayStation studio, that had to lay off quite a bit of people as well recently. And then Epic Games, who is under the Epic Games Store and the most popular game, Fortnite, also was not making enough profits and had to lay off some people. And there's some other companies just as well that have had to lay off some of its employees because of not making enough money and because of how much that games are actually costing right now. So, Spider-Man. I'll go off with Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation exclusive games. Spider-Man 2018 for the PlayStation 4 actually cost around $110 million to produce. That's how much Spider-Man 2018 cost to make for the PlayStation 4. Okay, and it sold decently well, over 10 million or 15 million copies, I'm pretty aware of. But Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5 that just came out recently, well, it actually cost $350 million to produce. And I'm pretty aware that it has not sold as much as Spider-Man 2018 for the PS4. Now, it will eventually catch up to that. It's just going to be a matter of time. But when you think about that, when you go 108, or not 108, I don't know why I said 108, but when you go $110 million to make up to $350 million, that's actually quite a lot of money actually being extra added on. That's like almost four times the amount of $110 million. Technically, 3 times, I should say. But when you think about that, and, you know, a game being only on one platform and taking forever to basically meet those sales, like, don't get me wrong, like, PlayStation's first-party games always sell incredibly well. But with the time and the efforts and the costing, honestly, I think Xbox might be making a smart business choice here. Because, I mean, it's been said from the original CEO of PlayStation, Jim Ryan, or not Jim Ryan, so, you can say something in the comments for that one. But, not Jim Ryan, but Sean Layden. Sean Layden. I don't know why I said Sean Layden. It's just hard to pronounce his last name. But Sean Layden, the original CEO of PlayStation, even back in 2019, before he left the studio, he even said that game development cost is way high and way more than what it needs to be. So, this is kind of like where I'm actually on a plus side. I'm with Xbox going third party, because with the amount that it is taking to cost to make these games, like this is going to help keeping developers and employees of those developers keep their jobs while at the same time making and selling more copies of their games. That way they can, indeed be starting directly on the next prequel or sequel of the following game of whatever it is, whether it be a Grand Theft Auto, a Halo, a Call of Duty, campaign, the list goes on with all of these games. It just makes a lot of sense because then they can immediately start on the pre-sequel or prequel, sequel, whatever, if they're going to continue in the story, or if it's a prequel where they're taken back, especially like the game that you're seeing on the screen, which is Red Dead Redemption 1, whereas Red Dead 2 basically took place with this game, but 12 years back. So it just makes a lot more sense, honestly, with the way that games are taking forever to make and the cost of these games is going way, like, super sky high through the roof. It just honestly makes so much sense. But I can understand, and it is a little bit, heartbreaking, because then Xbox is a very special brand for those people out there that are really loyal to the Xbox brand. And honestly, I personally love Xbox. I have a PlayStation 4 Pro, a PlayStation 5, and an Xbox One X and Xbox Series X, as well as the Series S as well. And even I even got a decent gaming PC and a Nintendo Switch. But Xbox is still a platform that is still very important to me. So, seeing Microsoft, in a way, possibly going third party and not having, decent first party games only on the platform, honestly, it does kind of hurt a little bit because Xbox is still a really good platform that I still love to game on, and I would love to have, games only on that platform to make me, entice me to basically play that system. Like Halo Infinite, for an example. Like, I can play that on PC, but honestly, I would prefer to play that on my Series X or One X on my OLED Samsung S95B QD-OLED TV and get, the big screen and the best overall experience on a console. But I do see where it's a little bit heartbreaking to some people. But then at the same time, like, the way that games are, costing and getting more and more ridiculous to produce and high in price, honestly, it honestly makes so much sense because, you got to think. Look at Sony. Sony is releasing its first-party games on PC to help bring in more sales and to bring more profits. So, Nintendo is the only console that is truthfully not making games for any other platform except its own. And Nintendo doesn't make, real expensive games either. So Nintendo is pretty much fine. But PlayStation, now over the last few years, has now been releasing its first-party games on PC to help bring in more profits and to drag more sales into those games. So even PlayStation's doing this as well. And honestly, for when it comes to exclusivity, I know that you're going to hate this, result that I'm about to give you. But as much as I hate to say it, I honestly do think that exclusivity is honestly going to eventually just die. And we ain't going to have hardly any exclusive games anymore. Now, I don't think that it's going to be like, games are going to go to like every platform except Xbox doing it. I think that PlayStation is going to try to stay as close as possible to make games only for the PC on top of their own console, the PlayStation. And that's truthfully, honestly fine. Because if you are a console player, honestly, you can't be mad because that's the only console that it's on. And the development of games are actually on PCs. That's the way that they make games. So honestly, I've never been against the whole first party games coming to PC, but as long as they're only on that console in the console market, then honestly I'm okay with it. So, as much as I hate to say it, I totally understand where people are coming from, because the Xbox brand is still a very special brand and a very special console to us. But on the other hand, I can honestly understand as well why Xbox might be going third party, because it's to help, with layoffs that we've been having, and to help developers and publishers and such to an extent make their money back because of how much that these games are actually costing. So I know that there's going to be some in the comment section, so I don't honestly personally care what anybody says, but I'm just a 50-50 mix on both sides. Like, it's not a good move for the Xbox brand, like, altogether. For the Xbox, I should say. It's not good for Xbox, but it's actually good for the developers and publishers, so that way they can get, as much sales as they possibly can, and to make as much money back, so that way they can start making the next product. I don't know. It's a weird situation, I know, but honestly, like I stated beginning of the video, this is not true. This is just a rumor leak of some sort at the moment. It could very well not be the case, but as much as I hate to say it, yes, it's not good for Microsoft on the Xbox brand, but it's actually good on the developers that are making the games to help, bring the games to a variety of basically gamers out there, and to make more money and profits and more in sales. But I figured I'd just make this as a really quick video. I know this video was longer than expected, but honestly, yeah, I'm not choosing both sides, because honestly, there's just goods and bads on between both. Like, yes, it's going to hurt the Xbox platform altogether, but then it's actually going to help those developers that are making the games on that platform actually be able to make more money and bring in more sales, and even to an extent bring in more people to play the game, so that way they can actually continue to support that game and such. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, but honestly, I'm not picking and choosing on either side. But honestly, to me, there's just goods. There's just a good and bad on both directions when it comes to this. But only time will tell if Xbox is officially doing this, or if it's going to hurt them or help them, or if this is going to be an effect on the developers and such in the future. But other than that, I know this was a pretty long video that we discussed, so this is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys could smack that like button, subscribe if you are new to this channel, and then just leave us your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you don't like this, some of our results, or if you honestly get where we're coming from, especially when it comes to the developers and the game cost of being sky high through the roof. So just let us know how you feel about Xbox going third party or what. But that's going to pretty much do it for the video. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Tech and Gaming Review boy here. Your Tech and Gaming Reviews is where you want the videos. Let's go, and we will see you on the next video. Peace out.